let's just jump right into it, really. So with the Iceni, basically they live on the island of Britannia, which is north of Gaul. Like the Gauls, they were Celtic, but the Iceni are kind of mysterious. They have this same slingers, or pretty much the same slingers as the Eastern factions do, which is really useful to win in ranged engagements. They're also pretty good at taking out Gallic hunters and Celtic woes. They don't. Ambushers is a specialist unit that the Iceni have. They also have painted warriors, which are their anti-infantry specialists. The biggest difference between them and the Gauls, and specifically the Arverni, is that they have chariots. That's the biggest difference. Also, they are like more of a morale boosting faction. The Iceni's high tier melee unit, which is the heroic nobles, struggles against Oathsworn, and so does their cavalry. This means that you may want to consider using chariots, which they have, against Gallic factions. You do not have archers as well, so supporting infantry engagements is hard. Winning against the Gauls without the use of chariots requires good timing, with your cavalry of course, and trying to keep your lines as straight as possible. So to summarize, don't think of these guys as another Gallic faction, because they aren't. Their main objective is to make sure their morale is high at all times, whether it be from abilities or from winning combat. The Iceni were the first faction I played as in the campaign, and they haven't changed a lot since. I'd recommend new players to give them a shot because they are very interesting. In my opinion, the Iceni beat the Boii, but they lose to the Getae. What does your typical Iceni army look like? Most of the times you'll see heroic nobles as your general. Sometimes heroic riders will be a good general. It really depends on whether you want a cavalry general or infantry general. Chosen Sword Band is your core. Usually they're pretty good. Like Chosen Spear Band and Chosen Sword Band both cost 10 more talents than their Arverni equivalent. You have Spear Band and Sword Band. Sword Band gets used more than Spear Band does. Spear Band's use is very questionable. They are like an upgraded Levy Freeman, really, but they're not as fast. Slinger wise, Bird on Slingers is your only slinger unit, but they are good. Melee Cavalry, I rely on veteran riders. They're heavy, but they're also good. They will lose to the Arverni and Boiai's own cav though, so you have to be careful with that. Chariots, every now and then I'll bring one. Because I know how this Iceni work, I revolve more around Druidic nobles. I tend to bring just one. One's good enough. Maybe another heroic nobles, who knows. 2 painted warriors. I usually don't bring ambushers because it's hard to make them cost effective in certain times. Most of the times they'll just get charged by cavalry if they get spotted early, and if you don't have your own cav to support, they're going to lose very quickly. Dogs, you can only bring them if you have the Beasts of War pack. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Bring Levy Freeman most of the times. If you want to bring Chosen Spirit Band, go ahead. They aren't really recommended, but again, you know, they're pretty good second line infantry. And that's pretty much it for the Iceni. And in 10 seconds I'm going to go right into the Swebby.